Okay, this is about how to create your own lead magnets in minutes. And the reason this is really important is this helps you be able to build a list. Building a list is really key to building your business. And if you get this right, you'll have constant lead flow. You'll be able to build a highly responsive list of buyers. A lead magnet can help you generate automatic, automated topical segmenting. That sounds like a huge mouthful, but really it just means that by having a lead magnet out there, people tell you exactly what they want, and it gives you an idea of what their interests are, so that you can, keep communicating with them in a way that really makes sense to them. So you get a lower cost per lead. All kinds of things happen that are really good for your business when you have a really good lead magnet out there. And so you need to be able to generate these things really quickly. And that's what this presentation is about. Now, if you don't get this right, you get, the problems that you'll have is that you have a lack of leads coming into your business, fresh, people who you can present your offers to. You're going to have a tiny little list, lower response rates. People just will not be responsive. Your sales will go down. Your cost to acquire a lead goes up. In other words, your cost per click or your cost per lead. And basically, it just leads to a situation where cash flow sucks. So it's just a really good idea to get this right. And if you don't, it's just, it's kind of like crickets, right? Everything's just, it's too quiet. So getting a good lead magnet out there will really start things going for your business. And so it's a big deal. This matters more than your landing page, matters more than your email copy. I mean, just think about it. If you're not getting leads into your business, you could have these fantastic email campaigns set up and everything, but there's nobody there to read them. And it's, in a sense, I mean, it's even more important than sales pages, because a good lead magnet is the key to the door into your sales process. So it's a good way for people to get in. And so in a sense, it really kind of matters, at least as much as the sales pages that you create. This applies to any business. There's no business that can't use a good lead magnet. So let's dive in here. So what a lead magnet is not, let's start there. So, I mean, back in the Stone Age, when people started, when we had dial-up internet connections and everything, people were maybe excited to sign up for your newsletter. It was just, oh, wow, look at that, came over the internet. But not anymore. I mean, those days are totally gone. So having an opt-in on your website that says sign up for my newsletter, unless you've got something really specific and valuable, it's just, that's not a lead magnet. That's not going to generate leads for you. Also, lead magnet does not need to be this great big long, encyclopedia. It doesn't need to be a great big piece of work that you've spent your life slaving over. It's something that it can be really short and quick, and as we'll talk about, it just addresses a very specific need. So it doesn't need to be a great big long thing. And another, I think, a big mistake a lot of people make is it actually is not really, doesn't need to be 100% pure content. A good lead magnet actually leads people to the next step in their buying journey with you. So yes, got to have good content in there. That's why people are giving you permission to mail to them, by exchanging their email for a lead magnet. But it doesn't have to be pure, 100% pure content. Really, this is, part of your whole sales process. So keep that in mind. All right. So let's talk about the things that make for a great lead magnet. One of the first things is you want people to be able to consume this thing, whatever it is, and we're going to see there's a lot of different ways you create lead magnets. You want them to be able to consume it, really quickly. 5 minutes or less is great, because the next step is to take the next action with you. That's really what you want. So you don't want something that's going to be a book they're going to have to put away and get back to hours or weeks later. This is something that you want to have it so that they can consume it in 5 minutes or less. It's got to have a high perceived value. So your ideal customer needs to see this as something that's like, wow, this is really great. So that's crucial. And then of course it's got to actually have good value. Otherwise people are going to give you their permission to market to them, or to email, put them on your email list, and they're going to be disappointed, and you'll have opt-outs, you won't have sales. So it's got to be something that really does provide value for the person that's giving you permission to market to them. It moves your prospect up the ladder of belief. So what do I mean by that? The thing about a good lead magnet is it will help reinforce the ideas that your prospect needs to have in mind in order to be able to make a buying decision with you. It's a great place to put in the kind of things that people will need to believe. For instance, if you're selling, I don't know what, a smartphone, and and it has to show that it's way better than everything else out there. You need to, maybe put in your lead magnet how, it's really great to have a smartphone where, you can create your own apps. I don't know, something crazy like that. But somehow in your whatever your lead magnet is, you can actually promote the ideas that really help move sales in your business. So it moves people up what I call a ladder of beliefs. In other words, the beliefs that they need to have to be able to make a buying decision with you. A good lead magnet will offer immediate gratification, something people can get something out of right away. It shows interest and intent. And so what do I mean by that? Well, a lead magnet, first of all, if somebody gives you permission to market to them in exchange for your lead magnet, it shows that they are interested in what you have, and it shows that they intend to do something about it. And it also, as we'll talk about in a little bit, it helps you identify the types of things they're interested in. So you could have, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, as different things that you do in your business. Let's say you sell ice cream, and if you have a report about, or some, free samples of vanilla ice cream, and those are way outselling the chocolate and strawberry, that will tell you something about what, people are interested in. And you'll be able to sort your list that way too. You can just market to people who are interested in vanilla. And this is what a good lead magnet will help you do, is identify the segments of your list through what they intend to do and what they're interested in. It speaks to a known desired end result. So a good lead magnet will help your ideal prospect solve a problem, or get something that they're really interested in. Think of it like a silver bullet or a magic pill. What they want is the results. They don't really care about your lead magnet. They just, he or she wants something better in their life, and that's the idea. If your lead magnet can do that for them, then that's what's going to make it really good for them. So focus on that when you're creating these. It also, in that sense, it answers the number one question that they have. You can create a lead magnet that really, answers the one burning question that somebody has. If somebody's like into, I don't know, let's say fly fishing, and the thing that's really been bugging them is how to create a lure. I don't know the first thing about fishing, but let's say that, it was like how to create a lure that works in, I don't know, let's say December, if you're fishing and doing ice fishing or whatever. I'm totally making things up here, but if that's the number one question that they have, then answer that question. And that's really kind of all you need to do. You don't need to, go to great lengths. Just answer that one burning question that they have. A good lead magnet will do that. It needs to be ultra specific. So a lead magnet, you see a lot of these things where, like, 17 ways to, celebrate a great birthday party for your 9-year-old. I mean, it has to be something that's very, very specific, and is, it just needs to be focused on one thing, but really also for the ideal person who you want to become a buyer for your business. Make it ultra specific, and that'll be a good lead magnet. Honestly, a good lead magnet is a sales letter in disguise. It is something that moves your prospect from becoming somebody who's a total stranger to somebody who becomes a lifetime customer in your business. And it's that one of those first baby steps that they'll take in their buyer's journey with you. So keep that in mind, is that is what a good lead magnet will do. Is it helps move people through that journey with you. Make it sexy, make it different, make it fun. And I mean, you can put lead magnets out that are the same as everybody else's, and why should anybody go for that? So think about different ways to make it fun. Go to YouTube, get some ideas. Look at how, I don't know, Las Vegas casinos do stuff. Just look at things like Facebook. Get ideas that make things different and fun about your lead magnet, just kind of as an added touch, and that way people really enjoy consuming them, as well as it'll just make it more attractive. So All right, let's look at the different types of lead magnets. They don't come in just one flavor, right? I mean, there's so many different ways you can create a lead magnet. You know, kind of a classic thing is people think about, oh, it's, you know, I've got to write a special report, right? Well, that is a really good, you know, an informational report is a really good way to do it. And, you know, or a white paper, something very, very, you know, it's got a lot of research behind it, and it's really well laid out in terms of solving a particular problem. So that can be an excellent, excellent report, or a type of a lead magnet. In fact, a great example of this was the Internet Business Manifesto that Rich Schefrin created a while back, and he's had over 1 million downloads on this thing. It really helped his business along. It's still out there. Now, he put a lot of time and work into this, it's a great example. I highly recommend you go check it out because it's just a great example of a lead magnet that, you know, it's really a great sales piece in a lot of ways. But that's one thing you can do is create, you know, a special report that pertains exactly to a problem that your ideal prospect is looking to solve. Another way that you can do it is a video training. You know, just record a video or do, you know, something where people can go and access this. Video is really big. People like and enjoy consuming video, so that's going to have a high attraction value. It can be a resource list. This is one of the easiest and quickest things that you can throw together, is just a list of things that people are going to be interested in. So, I don't know, let's say, you know, if it's teaching little leaguers how to pitch softball or something, you know, maybe it's a list of you know, 18 different websites that talk about that, or maybe, you know, training courses or local you know, sports places or coaches or you know, trainers that help out with that. Just a list that, you know, if a parent was interested in helping their kid become a better pitcher in the Little League, I don't know, I'm just making this up, but that they could go get this list. So a resource list, you can throw that together in 5 minutes and have something that, if it's really of interest to your prospect, can be a great lead magnet for you. Case studies are awesome because case studies have this sort of implied proof about what it is that you're doing, and just a lot of good things that can come with that. Here's an example. This company had top converting ads. So, you know, if you're interested in having great ads, then you might want to go take a look at this, kind of a case study type of thing. A toolkit, having, you know, helping people solve a problem with a particular tool can be really useful. I've done this on my own website. I put up this copywriting toolkit for entrepreneurs and had a lot of people download this. It's just a constant source of adding to my list, and you know, you put it up there, and it's almost like set it and forget it. It just keeps growing the list. So helping people solve a problem with a particular set of tools, in this case these are templates for writing copy, can be a really great way to attract leads into your business. Make it a blueprint. Make it something that gives people, you know, how to do this, how to get from point A to point B, and make it fun. Make it look like a blueprint. Templates or a checklist, you know, checklists are great. People love to be able to, you know, fill in the blanks, paint by the numbers, and then have a checklist to make sure that it all makes sense. You know, those things can be really great lead magnets. For example, Digital Marketer, one of the, you know, these guys are premier internet marketers, and they created this little list. It's basically, you know, they took they created a swipe file, and they've got, you know, it's a great little tool that helps people solve this particular problem. And people want to know, you know, well, how do I, you know, create content for my social media? So they solve that problem with this, and that's also a great way to go. Run a quiz or a survey. You know, people love taking personality tests. You know, my son came to me the other day. He was telling me about, wow, look at this. This was really cool. I really enjoyed this. These things can be really popular. And if you can find a way to create some type of a little test or a quiz for your business that informs people about something they're really interested in, that's a great way to attract people. Create a cheat sheet or a handout. This is you know, really a great shortcut rather than creating a huge report. You know, just create a cheat sheet. Perry Marshall years ago created, it was like an AdWords guide that was all boiled down to one page, and it had everything. I mean, you know, he's written best-selling books, but he put this thing into just a basic handout you could post up on your wall, if you're into AdWords, and it's very handy. So cheat sheet or some type of handout can be great. Obviously, free samples, if you have physical products or consumables, free samples are great. Do a free consultation if you're a coach or a consultant, or you provide some type of high-level services. Giving somebody 30 minutes of your time can be really worthwhile. It can be very attractive if if you're seen as a real expert. Run a contest. Obviously this is a great way to generate leads. Well, we talked about having an assessment or a test. It's kind of the same as having a quiz, but this is like it measures the ability to do something. So let's say a website. Evaluate your website for search engine optimization. Those type of things. If somebody's interested in that, having that kind of a test that measures things. We love numbers. We love seeing how things do. So an assessment or a test can be really interesting and a great lead magnet for people. Give a free trial. This is, it's one of these things that you have to look at the costs, involved and whether it's really worthwhile for your business. But, for instance, software companies. Here's one that my friends over at Revenue Conduit use, and this is very effective. Software is very common. You start a 14-day free trial. This gives your potential buyers a chance to try out your product, and it's almost like what they used to call the puppy dog close. Here, take this. The guy at the pet store says, here, take this puppy dog home for the weekend, and you don't have to keep it, but you can take it home for the weekend. And of course, what happens? You take the puppy dog home, and kids fall in love with it, and story over. So it's just a great sales tool is to have a free trial for something that people need to get involved in to really understand, see how it works. And then lastly is, I'm laying out all these ideas here, but just, go break the rules, do something different, do something crazy, because you just never know what's going to work. And this is actually a great example. I looked up, one of the top internet marketers out there is .com. I think it's .com Secrets. This is Russell Brunson's website, and this totally goes against what I think I started out saying here, which is newsletters are dead. But look, the very first thing that you hit when you get to their website is sign up for my daily newsletter. Now it's he's offering some very specific value. Send me daily marketing tests. You can see he's got a lot of good things going on there, between the tests, which is kind of like a case study thing, and he's also got it's very specific to his market. People are interested. So it's a little better, but still, it's the idea. So break the rules, get creative, think about things that are different. You don't have to, kind of think inside the box all the time. All right, so let's look at some hacks that will help you get this done quick, because the more that you can get these done, and you got plenty else to do. Let's see how we can help you make this happen faster. Now, I can't go into great depth in this right now. We need to keep moving through this presentation, but here's a few things that you can do that will speed up the process. So number one is get to know your ideal client avatar. In other words, the person who is your ideal prospect for your business. And I highly recommend sit down, think about the things that keeps him or her up at night, something that, things that they really want pertaining to your business, what they like doing, what freaks them out, and just get very, very clear on all of those things. And this will help you develop ideas, because here's what happens is, sometimes people get stuck and they feel like, well, I don't really know what to create. I don't have any ideas. And I will tell you that 9 times out of 10, whenever you get to that point, if you will just do the research, go study the thing that, the solving problems for people is about understanding what their problems are in the first place. Go do the research, and I can almost guarantee you will find answers within that. The more research you do, the more ideas you will come up with. So get to know your avatar. That will help you with this next step, which is to find your hook. What any good lead magnet needs to have is something that will grab attention because it's of keen interest to the person that you're sending this lead magnet out to. So that's step one. Or step two is, after you've done your research, get to know your avatar. is get your hook, and then what that hook is, it's like, think about the number one thing that she, or he wants, again, relating to your business, and that would take about 2 minutes, to totally blow their mind. And, again, you don't have to start out with, okay, well, this is the only thing that is really possible. Get crazy. Think about what would blow their mind, even if it's totally unrealistic. Start there, and then, work backwards from there and say, all right, well, so yeah, it might be totally impossible to guarantee somebody who's, let's say interested in buying a new car at half the price. Well, maybe that's impossible, but maybe we could show people ways that they could, get 40% off or something, just by some special, shopping technique or a list or a place to go or something. So, think about a way to really blow somebody's mind, and then back that down to what's realistic, and see what you can create from there. So from that point, then brainstorm some titles. You got to do, it helps to write down as many ideas or titles as you can. And really, the title for your lead magnet is what's going to drive the hook and the whole thing. So write down a bunch of them. Do at least 3. Just brainstorm some things. See, and then of that list, pick out something that looks like it's going to be good. And then how to create these things. So there's several ways. You can create it yourself. You can sit down and write out a report or a resource list, or you can you can find things on the internet and kind of put them together yourself. Don't plagiarize, but you can put together some things yourself. That's one way to do it. You can pay somebody to do it. You can pay a copywriter, or you can go out on Fiverr.com, which is a website where people do stuff for you for really cheap. It's it can be, some of it a lot of times can be really good. You can pay somebody to do it. You can buy something that's already out there and tweak it. Look up private label rights for ebooks and reports and things, and you can find these out there on the internet. They're already created, and all you need to do is take it and tweak it a little bit, to really fit into your market. Recycle. Use stuff that you've already got. I'll bet you in your inbox and your email, you've solved problems for your clients or your customers that you could take and turn into some kind of a report, or some way of some kind of a solution that could turn into a great lead magnet for you. So recycle stuff. If you already have, I've seen people have really great in-depth, these huge books that they're offering as a lead magnet. And it's just, actually, it's not all that interesting, even though they got a ton of information in there. But if you break that up, pick out the one chapter, and if you've got like a big book or some big training program that nobody's interested in or seems interested in, go for the one thing that people are interested in. Pull out that chapter and maybe take a part of that and turn that into a lead magnet. So if you've got a bunch of content already, maybe try breaking it up and see if you can make something that's really quick and easy and interesting for people to consume. Then finally, there's so many ways to really check to see if lead magnet is going to work, but I want to give you a quick one here. This is called Cuba. This is actually from Mark Ford, a book that he wrote, which, God, it slips my mind here at the moment. But this little checklist will help you understand, or basically it'll give you a way to see if what you've created, what your lead magnet is gonna work. So it's called the Cuba test, right? So number 1, check to see if it's confusing. Look at the content and see if it's easy to understand. Maybe have somebody read it. Hand it to a 6th grader next door or somebody, and ask them what they think. If there's anything that they don't understand, keep it at a really simple level. Think Homer Simpson. So first off, see if it's confusing. Second, make sure that it's clear. Keep it very simple and clear as to what it is that you're accomplishing with your lead magnet. Is it interesting or is it boring? Boring is number 1 sin in marketing, and just think of some way to make it interesting if it's not. And then if there's anything that's awkward about it, just kind of run that last test. So those things will help you just check to make sure it's good, kind of be able to tweak it, and then you should be good to go. And here's the thing is, don't wait till you get it perfect. Just get it done, get it out there, because you can at least start getting some results and start testing. And even if it's a total flop, you'll learn something, right? So either you win or you learn. So the main thing is just get out there, get it done, and I'm sure this will move you forward in your business. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this has been a great presentation for you, and that this will help you in your business grow your list. Create a great lead magnet that'll bring people in. And so thank you for watching. Well, here's what I suggest you do is go to my website, strategiccopy.com, and sign up for my newsletter there. Check out the blog. Just go there because I try to keep great resources happening. And so I look forward to seeing you out there. This is Mike Connolly. Good luck, and thanks for watching.